And so, what I want to know is, why can't us women, why we can't wear whatever we want to wear? It's our bodies. Why we can't just do us?
Why you want to walk around looking like a prostitute?
Damn!
Like, we're not, this is not 1952. This is not 1919. This is
Right.
2022.
Yeah, it's not. It's cool to be it's cool to look like a prostitute these days.
My nigga.
Why do women find being naked, like, or wearing extremely revealing clothing as cute or as nice?
It just depends.
No, I agree.
Because-
It depends on where you at. I agree with that.
Because so some females might think, oh, I have on shorts and a sports bra. I'm in the gym. I'm actually working out. I'm sweating. I'm training. So what's wrong with wearing that?
So if we speaking of gym attire, I mean, that's, it's subjective because it's the gym. You know what I mean? Working out, sweating, and so on and so forth. Shorts and a sports bra, I mean, that's gym attire. But then what about the shorts? If your butt cheeks is hanging out from under the shorts, my question is always, okay, your butt is hanging out, so therefore you're sitting down on these seats where everybody is sitting at, and your very sensitive area is right there. So your butt cheeks hanging out from under your shorts, and you sitting on these different seats in the gym. You can't tell me that you ain't getting no yeast infection from sitting on them seats.
Oh, that's nasty.
Because I have yet to see a female wipe down the seat and then sit on it that has her butt hanging out. I'm just saying, like, certain things I just be confused about. Like is getting an attention from people that important that you risk your pH balance?
So
I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm just asking the question.
Okay, so I will agree on that. Like, having your whole butt cheeks hanging out your shorts, that's like you like begging for attention. Like, you begging for a guy to be, checking for you. Like, I mean, I do get it. It's like if you feel like you have to, as a woman, if you feel like you have to be naked in order to get a man's attention, you really need to really, check this, because it's like, and then the type of attention that you're going to get is not a man that's like, he's going to give you attention to where he just want to have sex with you.
Man, look, let me say something, man.
It's not the attention that you want.
Let me say something to that. Regardless of how, look, ladies, regardless of how y'all feel a man should be, or or how you feel a man should act, or quote unquote, I've heard women say this, well, you shouldn't sexualize women. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we're guys. God made our minds one way. God made you guys' mind another way. You can't put y'all thought process on us and expect us to think like y'all, because we never are. Our minds process a woman being naked as easy, or she for the streets, or she for everybody, regardless. Because it's like this is how I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna speak for me. Like, say for instance, we out and about, and a woman may wear like a extremely revealing top. Boobs is all over the place, right? I as a man look at that as, nah, I don't want my wife dressed like that, because those are for my eyes and my eyes only. That's not a case of insecurity. Like certain women try to say that you're insecure. No, that's just how a man thinks.
So I would say, of course, before we met, of course, I dressed how I dressed. Like, I had the boobs out. I didn't wear shorts or nothing like that, but I would wear stuff that was revealing And of course, in my head, I was just like, oh, okay, you know, if somebody got a problem with what I got on, they hate me. You know, they just mad, they can't have me. They, you know, it's what it is. It's my body. I worked for it. I'm in the gym. I'm eating right. You know, this just what it is.
Whatever. I do what I want.
But I wasn't thinking on that level. So, and then on top of that, at the same time, I still was like, I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a person could feel how they want to feel. This is my body. This is what I choose. And I'm not sleeping with the entire world.
Okay, you may not be, but you're gonna attract men that thinks that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would say appearance is everything. You know what I mean? First impression is everything, except for when a woman is wearing certain type of clothes. You get what I'm saying? Like, then it becomes, oh, you insecure, or you can't handle a woman being a woman, or it's a sign of strength. Why is it a sign of strength for a woman to be dressed scantily clad?
Message.
I guess, like, when we actually had a conversation about it, because I never really had those conversations with anybody. I'll say when we had the conversation about it, I was like, dang, me dressing like this, I'm attracting guys that just want to do me. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what I want to attract. I don't want to attract guys that just want to hump on me.
Break yourself. Give me your goddamn number.
That's not what I want. And then you looking around like, okay, why you can't keep a man, or why this and that. Okay, the way you dressed, that's the type of guy you're gonna attract. A sleazy dude. He want to be in and out.
Hi, Miss Parker.
Hi, boy.
Because a guy like me ain't gonna want to wife that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? A guy like me is not gonna want to wife a woman that looks like. Keyword looks like. It's not about your conduct. It's what you look like to a man. You look like you for the streets. Therefore, I don't want a wife, to be looking like she's from the street, for the streets.
And
no.
That's what I say. I understood, because at first, you know, of course, you know, we first started talking, I was just thinking, oh, he's trying to control. Oh, you know, I look good. Like, what are you talking about? I just wasn't trying to comprehend nothing. I wasn't trying to think about nothing. I would say I really had to do some serious thinking, because I was like, you know what? If I want to be a wife, I had to ask myself, like, Crystal, does it make sense? Like, you being naked, you being dressing the way you dress, and you're trying to call yourself a wife. A man doesn't want to wife that. And it took me a while to understand that, because I was just like, this is just me. And I will say this, which was so weird for me, because I grew up, but it was like, even with the weave and the long hair and boobs out and how I was dressed, I was just looking at him like, what are you talking about? But then that's what I like. That's what I love about you. You get me to think about my stuff instead of saying, no, put this on. Don't wear that. You never came at me like that. So you was the only guy that ever came at me and made me think to say, dang, you know what? That do make sense, or this and that. So when I start wearing my real hair, when I start dressing a certain type of way, I started, even though I'm with you, I started to get a different type of attention.
Exactly.
I'm like, guys is running to hold the door. You witnessing guys running to hold the door for me.
Exactly.
I'm, you know, the type of approach, and it was from different types of, like, it wasn't from these thuggish hood dudes. Exactly. It was like gentlemen that were, I was shocked, and you was like, well, I told you.
Because
it was like,
it's gonna, because guys are gonna get at a woman regardless. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. When I'm not around, dudes are gonna try to talk to Crystal. They're gonna talk to my wife, as they should. She's a beautiful woman, but she had to understand that she was a beautiful woman and not some street woman. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had to get her to understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like, carry yourself as a woman. Guys are gonna try it. That's just the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? And tell you the truth, if she didn't come back and tell me that some dudes getting at her, maybe I was blind, I need some new glasses. But I'm just saying, though, on some serious note, though, you're gonna attract differently based on how you look. Like, why does the entire world know, like, okay, if a guy is walking down the street sagging his pants, he looks a certain way, right? If a guy wearing a hoodie and it's 1,000 degrees, he looks a certain way. The same thing goes to how a woman presents herself and how she dresses. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it takes a level of confidence to wear certain things. But why is that's the only measure of confidence? Why is that the only measure of strength? You know what I'm saying? There was a time, although you did point out this is not the 1950s, but we still got to go back in the day. And I'm going to bring it to this point by going back in the day. There was a time where showing your calves was the most sexual, craziest thing to do. So based on a man seeing a woman's calves and being turned on by her calves, regardless of what you wear, a guy is going to be attracted to you. So why is it okay, or why is that the goal to see who could be the most naked?
I think it's more so of a tension thing is what I'm starting to see, with the BBLs, the Brazilian butt lifts, and who can get the biggest butt. I think it's more so of a tension. Like, if all the guys are aiming towards this one female, but what I had to learn was, even though that girl might be getting all the attention, look at how she look. She's not getting attention for the type of attention she's getting is because he want to take her home and do what he want to do and send her on her way.
And to those guys that may disagree, man, I'm saying from my perspective, bro. If you want your woman to be walking around like that's you. That's how you look at things. I look at things from a more conservative standpoint. And I'm not talking about politically conservative. I'm just, And
he ain't talking about wearing no sheets. He ain't talking about looking like no nun. He's not talking about you got to be covered from here to here, all the way to your ankles. That's not what he's talking about. You can still look really good and still, you don't have to have your whole butt and boobs out and your whole birth canal.
Yeah, your birth canal.
Showing the very shape of your birth canal.
So
that dude burnt out.
But yeah, when I started to I wanted to cover up because I wanted to cover up. It's because no one forced me and was like, you need to do this, or I'm not gonna do this. It wasn't nothing like that. How I was before I met my husband, I was really that one that was like, ain't nobody finna tell me nothing. I do what I do. I'm good on all that being naked, your whole boob out, butt out, you gotta be seen, and who getting the most attention. Like, it's like, bro, I'm over it. And I had to understand, like, I'm not finna get a husband and all these guys know what I got. Oh, we know what she look like, because everything is just out. It's just like, hey, hello. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, what are you keeping secret for your husband or your potential husband? Like, everybody, he introduced you to friend. Oh, we know what that is. So it's like, it's nothing that's like, okay, sacred. It's nothing.
And according to the Bible, for the believers in Christ, according to the Bible, my body isn't mine. It belongs to her. Her body belongs to me. According to 1 Corinthians chapter 7, Apostle Paul says these things. So at the end of the day, put some clothes on.
The girl's gonna be like, I don't know what he's talking about. I do what I want.
Do what you want.
I look good.
Do what you want. That's why chances are you single. And if you married, your dude's soft.
Okay. Y'all leave a comment, hate, like, comment, and subscribe.